Alright, I wanted to make this video in regards to my current situation. Fellow TIs, most, if not all of you already know, I had made plans for getting off the grid. Unfortunately, due to my situation, I am not in the possession of a vehicle. So as a result of that, it made getting off the grid a whole lot more difficult. Um, I did talk it over with my aunt. She didn't seem too easy about the idea, but she decided to help me out or whatever, see if anybody was willing to give me a lift down there. She still was worried though. My cousin, he flipped out about the whole idea. Um, but here's the deal. There's always that chance that they do care about me, but I can't deny the fact that of some things previously that happened, and I can't pretend like those things didn't happen. For the sake of this video, I will not mention what those things are. Um, but I know one thing for a fact that staying in the city is it's not a safe bet at all. I can bring up many different points of view to actually prove this. Getting a job, well, I mean, sure, I could do that, but they're gonna, what's happening. You already know it's just gonna be the same thing from before. So there's that. There's also the fact that if you have a permanent lockdown, what's the point of a job? You see how that goes? There's no point in getting a job if there's a permanent lockdown because you will never be able to get to said job. You won't be able to do it. The only type of job, if anybody's planning on staying in the grid, the only thing I can tell you, look, get a job working from home. And I already know that's impossible because the goons have been sabotaging that. Because I know there's a fellow target individual as well out there who does that, and they started messing with that too. Fellow TIs, look, I'm at the position to where I'm wondering if there are any TIs out there at all that are gathering and are building up some sort of maybe something, anything. That's at the point that I'm at. I don't know how it's going to end with my family though. I did mention some things before about that. Not getting in that in this video though. That's not what that's about. But I don't know. I've lost quite a lot just in a period of one day. But I'm realizing that my words in regards to the situation, I should have taken more to heart. I told myself that I was going to get off grid no matter what, even if it means I have to build a boat by scratch, meaning gathering the materials. Problem with that is I have no idea where people go off grid. I thought about maybe just making my way down to the ocean. You guys saw how that was planning out. Get the materials, get it down to the lake, and I had a solid plan. Get somebody with a truck, hire somebody with a truck to basically drop me off down there, right? That's what got sabotaged. That's exactly what got sabotaged. I tried using an app for rides. Every person who accepted it most likely was a perp because it was all cars, not a truck, not even a single truck. Nowhere even resembling a truck. So here I am. But I know it in my heart that there's no staying in the city. There isn't. Unless you want to be stuck in your home for like years and years, with them coming up with these crummy excuses keeping you there. I'm open to supporting any fellow TI who has the same ideology as me on this situation, and I'm willing to help you out if you're willing to help me out in this matter. But I can only do so much as what I can. And we got to be careful too, because the perps tend to try to play off as a TI. I just some people may be wondering, well, are you depressed? No, not even by a long shot. it's just this is just a whole lot of pressure basically to you know think about, a whole lot of things to think about. Um, I'm seeing so much that's been happening through the research that I've done. I'm looking at what's been going on with Florida. They've been doing something to the water systems there to where they got a whole bunch of dead fish washing up on the shore. There's no denying that happened. There's no denying the man-made hurricane that just so happened to pass through the area I was planning on streaming down after I would build my pontoon raft, which that plan is sailed. I mean, I still got the buckets, but I don't have the lumber. That's gone. I mean, I could go back maybe for whatever is possibly there, but by now, I'm being surveyed by the perps, so they probably sabotage that as well. So there is no going back for that. There is no going back for that at all. So, excuse me, I had to clear my throat a bit. So, I don't really know what to make of the situation. I really don't. I don't know what other fellow TIs are planning on doing. I know Vulcan, he also like wants to go. A lot of TIs want to go off grid. A lot of them do, and it's there's all of us are just all of us, if not most of us, are stuck in this position to where we're just not able to do it. And then I start to think the time for us to pass on is coming up, for us to be saved by the Most High. It is. And I believe we were laced with this technology in the current, if ever in the occurrence we were ever to escape from the grid, because they want people to stay in the city. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They want people to stay in the city, period, no matter what. Um, my guess is after, God rains down his wrath, handles the business that needs to be handled. Um, there's always the aftermath. But are we really the last generation? Is really what needs to be known. Are we really the last generation? And let me undo this. I would do a screen record, but it's really a difficult thing to deal with that. This thing's probably going to come out somewhat blurry. I tend to try to keep this thing covered though, due to the whole surveillance thing that they got going on. If you hadn't noticed what Apple was talking about, they were mentioning how, well, like if you got tape covering your you know, your camera lenses on your phones, it's gonna damage your phone. That has not happened. And I think what's really going on is that they're plotting to basically damage people's phones if they keep tape over it like that. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. Man, oh man. I'm not the only one going through hard times either. Awakened World situation. She's stuck in her apartment, and they got a whole bunch of crap going on down there in the UK. Wayne Morris. I mean, he's got the police constantly showing up, harassing him there. Um, so much going on. Matrix adjustment. Oh, he's got those cars popping up left and right in front of his house. Just so many attempts, so many setups, and it's just sad, man. Vulcan, he's stuck in the same predicament I was in. That's being in an apartment, and them just basically hitting you while you're inside your apartment. TI's, I'm about to tell you. I'm about to tell you what I found out and what I've seen in my own apartment unit as I was emptying it out. All right. What I found with several mold deposits in that unit everywhere that I did not see and I did not know about. Now I remember that there was a guy who was talking about C19 on I think it was a radio station or whatnot. How they, how you got that from somebody else who had it. This is the nanotechnology that's being used. So basically, by him being near that person, he got that tech. So this is what I started to realize because there were some hints dropped off. I'm not going to say by who, from things that happened due for their own safety. I'm not going to go into that. Um, but here's the gist of the situation. The the way that guy on the newscast described C19 was that they're in like a spider-like shape or a worm-like shape or even like several different forms of insects these things can take the form of, even as a tick. What I found when I stripped down my sofa was a unusual looking spider. And I'm like, how does a spider get in an apartment unit that's like 11 floors up above ground? How does it get there? Like at all. Not just get there, but also get there inside the damn couch. Now I'm trying to debate and think. That couch was never outside. The only time it was outside is when it was being transported. That was it. It was transported from this directly from the store to the apartment unit. The apartment unit was clean. Nothing wrong with it at the time. Nothing at all. So it just doesn't make any sense. Some people say, well, maybe it latched onto your bag or something like that. Probably, probably. Who knows? But this is a spider that's all the way towards where the wood section is, like far inside this couch, far inside there. So because of this thing being insect related, what's the chances of this thing laying eggs somewhere and this is related to nanotech? I don't know. I really don't know. Could be, maybe not. I'll let you be the judge on that situation. Now, if anybody's wondering whether this stuff is true or not, don't just discredit what I'm saying basically out of the back of your mind. Plenty of evidence is there on this channel to prove my case and prove the situations as they are. They are. What's going to happen now? I don't really fear death. I know for a fact that the Most High, there's still value there. The Most High does value all of us. Truly, truthfully. I think the struggle was related to the fact that it's dealing with materialistic items. I probably, once again, this whole thing, like I would have long since been on my way to the ocean by now if I had gotten the truck to take me down there. But I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not gonna, no. But here's the deal on what happened before I contacted family, right? This guy could be a perp, possibly. This is exactly what his words were. He helped me get the stuff out of the middle of the driveway or whatever. He did. He tried, or maybe he was legit, maybe he wasn't. I don't know. But you know what they say about being at the right place at the right time? Yeah. So anyway, this guy helps me get the stuff from the driveway. He calls up a couple of people, random people that he says that he knows, trying to help me out or whatever. No takers. So what happens is at the end of all of this mess, he exchanges numbers, sends a text. Um, I don't know this guy. I don't know him, but he does that. And later on, in regards to this, he asked me a peculiar question. If I was to die today, would I be confident in going to heaven, that that I would be saved and go to heaven, or would I actually just not be confident and go to hell? Considering what's been happening, and all the research I've done, I believe I would go to heaven. And I believe every other target individual also would go to heaven. True target individuals. They are doing so much right now. I'm sure most of you noticed the targeting has definitely ramped up quite a lot. All the times I was in my unit, but prior to when I left, one thing I will say, and the tactics are true. If they can't get you out of your home, just to, walk out or whatever, they will mold you out. All that mold that was in there, that was due to them putting it there. You know, they did this preferably through the air conditioning unit. Now, I did take video evidence of that. I took video evidence of the walls, everything, and I've already got everything documented on how the building structure looks. The apartment complex is still in good condition. Maybe a few scrubs here and there on the floor needs to be done. Maybe the tub too. That's about it. It's not really a whole lot wrong with that unit at all. There's nothing, no damage or nothing at all, none. But the sabotage is real, the setups are real, and the corruption is real. I send both my love and my prayers out to all TIs out there. Know this for a fact. Don't ever fear death. Don't. Don't ever fear it, because you see, it's the fear that they use to control you. It's the fear that they use to chain you down. It's the fear that they use to basically use as an anchor to steal your soul away. Don't ever feel fear. Don't ever be afraid. Always be strong. Always push forward, no matter what. Oh, man. I'm well aware that the perps are probably going to see this video anyway. I could care less. But something tells me that there are targeted individuals gathering, though. I don't know why, but something tells me that there are TIs gathering. I don't know where, but somewhere it's happening. But wherever it's happening, I don't believe it would happen on the city. There's been numerous amounts of people being seen leaving the cities. People think this whole situation is a joke, like it's not serious, like everything's gonna go back to normal. These are people who are too addicted to the damn system. They're so addicted to it that they would defend it without a second thought, out of fear. It's sad to see even some of our own loved ones are succumbed by this. It really is. It truly is a saddening thing. Not to mention, friends too. I don't pretend I could only give out as best good advice as I can. I don't really have all the answers to everything. In the end, I'm no different than your average target individual that's out there. But I have confidence that we will, oh, excuse me, all of us will definitely be saved. I have full confidence in that. But you have to be able to have confidence in yourself in order for you to achieve that for yourself too. You can pray and all that, but the Most High can show us the way. But what you got to be willing to do, you got to be able to fight forward for yourself too. You got to be able to continue to push and push and push no matter what. Boy, oh boy. I got a lot on my mind today. A lot. And I don't even know where to start with. I'm even thinking about what, considering my current situation. I tried to make a cart with three large freaking plywood boards without taking their weight in consideration. I mean, granted, the pallet that, not the pallet, but the dolly that I used to make a cart, that damn thing can handle over 800 pounds. Those boards don't weigh 800 pounds, but it was show enough to actually, you know, change the shape of those tires. It was enough to do that. Um, but yep. And of course, even if you're a TI, you know, if you got a vehicle, they'll sabotage that too. You know, they will do that. I told myself I wasn't gonna make a YouTube video until I was out in the ocean. Try taking a break, try not doing it, but I can't say that ship has sailed because there's always the choice to just go out there. That choice is always there. But you best believe they're going to do whatever they possibly can to stop you. They're going to do whatever they possibly can to halt your progression, to do whatever. I can't even say that that's completely the right choice right now due to the current circumstances. But I do know that the time for getting off the grid is running out shortly. And all of us have to look at this situation, all of us that possibly can get out there. Because I know, and I really do feel so bad for the TIs who can't possibly get off the grid. Especially the ones in the UK and Australia. Because that's both that and China. Because those three locations have it the worst. Not to mention Japan. If you guys checked out my other channel, you would see what's going on with one of the fellow TIs who are out in Japan. They really get serious with the psyops. Like, they don't care. They will literally do so much that it's undeniable that of what that is. And yet there was this people who are working for this. You know, the people who you should seek help from for a case like this. Well, they're treating it like it's just nothing. And I can tell that they are because this guy has gotten so much footage of these incidents happening over several periods of years. Half the stuff I've seen in the videos I don't even want to mention because of how bad it is. But when I see that, and when I see just one targeted individual going through that, there's more other targeted individuals going through the same exact thing. A whole lot more. Looks like I'm hitting over 20 minutes now. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. I got a lot of thinking to do. I really do, honestly. I still don't believe in staying on the grid, but at the same time, maybe now's not the time for that. I don't know. What I do know is I may have to come up with a different plan. That's all I'm saying. Because that's what it seems like. There's other things I would like to talk about, but for the safety of those particular individuals who it involves, I would rather not even mention it. But yeah, it's crazy. It really is. And I know for a fact that if my situation is this bad, then I can only imagine the situation of other TIs out there. There's I mean, hell, even trying to get a job is becoming more and more impossible. And you know, if you're a targeted individual and you try to get a job, you know they're going to sabotage that. And either maybe they will let you get the job, but they're just going to gaslight you. They're going to use that as an opportunity to poison you because that's what they did to me. And I got the evidence to prove it. I still do. I have all the documentational evidence to prove all of it. Or at least some samples of whatever was left. I'm gonna leave it there. All I can say is, I'm still dedicated to helping other fellow TIs out there. If anybody else is planning on something, just let me know. Heck, I can be an extra set of hands to help you out in a situation. Extra manpower means extra progression, means stuff gets done a lot faster.